What song is your favourite song from another New Zealand music artist? It can be anything.
Okay, so there's just so much music swirling through my head right now because I just did a pop music degree with a whole bunch of my friends. So there's like a couple of bands that I'm just absolutely loving. My friend Bex just released a song. And I love this band called Psycho Gab. But I think one that you will know is probably the classic Georgia Lines, the Letter one.
Georgia Lines, The
I
Letter?
already know what it's going to say.
Oh, yeah.
Things will get better. Because better is the only way.
Why don't we just get you to sing it?
Yeah, there we go. We don't need to find it.
And I met Nick Manders last year and he produced that record and he's been nominated for a producer award. So it was just quite fun kind of making that connection. And I know she goes to Central Vineyard, so she knows a whole bunch of my friends, but I haven't met her yet. I'd love to meet her.
Well, she looks like a good sort, doesn't she?
Yeah. You're in the mix now, so
she's killing it.
Only a matter of time. But look, it's great to have you here with us this morning as well.
Thank you for having me. This is such a nice little fun message in my Instagram chat.
Well, that's the thing, right? You know, we need to celebrate New Zealand music artists because if New Zealanders are not celebrating their own artists,
exactly,
the rest of the world will not be doing that, right?
Correct. It's a really hard gig being an artist, to be honest.
Yeah. And you're not just an artist too, you're a mum as well.
I'm a slashy. Yeah, I do a lot of things. Like I was killing it this morning because I got the lunch boxes done. I showered and washed my hair. I'm like, oh my gosh, who am I? But yeah, I have a lot going on right now. I work 20 hours for St. Augustine's as the worship pastor. I work at an events company running events. I am in apparently 2 covers bands right now. And I'm recording on Fridays and still got 2 papers left to go at uni. So that's my Wednesday thing. So it's just hectic.
Yeah.
Well, and this is the thing about being a quote unquote professional muso as well. There's very few that I know who just do the music. And so there's a need to balance all the rest of your life with that as well. Mm-hmm. But what is it then that made you decide it's worth all of this? Yeah,
I mean, my journey is really long. I don't know how much time you've got. But I started when I was quite young and I got as far as I could get, but I don't think I had the way of handling. I didn't have the mental health, to be honest, to handle it. I found I found rejection really hard, and I felt like it was on me that I had failed and that I hadn't done well enough. So then that went. I'm like, I can't. Well, obviously, if I'm rejected by the New Zealand music industry, obviously I'm not very good.
Wow, that's really interesting because, you know, we had a conversation even yesterday with another artist about the fact that you have to try and fail in the music industry. And a lot of other countries, like especially America, they're a lot better at doing that because they're like, this is part of learning. Like if you don't actually get rejected, you don't actually grow from the experience. But in New Zealand, it's such a challenging industry to be a part of. And also, like you mentioned, you've got to wear a few different hats. Like at the moment, like you're working a few different jobs, you're doing all this, and you also have this exciting project that you're working on, which we want to hear more about, which I believe that the listeners can actually help out with as well. So shall we, are you happy to stick around to share more about that project next?
Yeah, of course.
1/3 of St. Augustine's music, Chloé Williams, who's actually embarking upon her own solo career as well. I mean, you've got a lot going on. You're a mum, you are a worship pastor or the worship pastor at St. Augustine's, and you are currently finishing a pop music degree.
Correct.
What can't you do?
And starting my new music, starting again, my Coco Charles. So that's I've got 2 different personalities, but very much Chloe. But it's Coco Charles is my music, and it's talking like about anything to do with family, relationships, kids. It's just like nothing's off the table, you know. And then obviously you've got St. Augustine's music, which is very much worship music. So it's nice to be able to have 2 different kind of worlds in which I can be a musician.
Let's talk about that too, because as you said, 2 very different realms of music, and you already had, you know, worship music for days if you wanted to stay in on that track in particular. Yeah. But why pop music?
I love pop music. I have always loved pop music. Like any song, I'll know the lyrics too. I'm obsessed. And I think the thing is with worship music, as much as I love it, it's very limiting in a sense. Like I remember people talking about the Psalms. You've got all of this full range of emotion that's expressed in the Psalms. But actually, we at a church, we just kind of sing the one kind of lane most of the time. And I think that's kind of what I want to get at with my music is there's nothing that I can't talk about.
Yeah, you want to put some Song of Solomon in there. Like every other pop artist out there, except, you know, with a Christian twist.
Yeah. Well, I don't even really talk about God, to be honest. It's literally just motherhood, how hard life is.
All those relatable things.
Oh, gosh.
Even on a creative level too, though, because when you are doing worship music, a lot of it is congregational. So you're thinking, how can other people sing along to this? There's certain stuff that you can't do because you don't want people standing in the back kind of lost, staring up on the screen going...
No, you can't have like jazz chords. And
need more jazz chords, exactly.
And you can't be like, oh, another dirty nappy to change when Uncle Fred down the back does not have kids, cannot relate.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not serving the room if I'm talking about my particular world. And so worship music is serving the church and serving the room. So it's actually really freeing for me. It just feels really authentic to who I am to be able to talk about these other things.
Okay, this might be super curly, but I'm sure it'll come your way eventually anyway. What does it mean to be a Christian pop artist?
I don't know. I mean, I just think we're just an artist that happens to be Christian.
I think Colossians 3:17 comes to mind.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, do it as if you're doing it for the Lord.
Oh,
so
totally.
you're a pop music artist with a heart for the Lord.
Exactly. I mean, if you were a plumber who's a Christian, you wouldn't say, "Oh, I'm a Christian plumber."
I only plumb Christian toilets. What is that?
But for some reason in music, it was a real thing, you know?
Yeah.
But no, I just think I love the idea that I'm in different rooms because of my music, and I don't like to be in an echo chamber. And part of what I get frustrated about just being in church and just doing church music is I'm just around people that believe the same things as me. And so if I'm permitted to be in different rooms, that's a real opportunity.
Absolutely. And I think you'll probably experience that when you do your cover gigs, right? You're out there, you know, in pubs, at parties and weddings and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And, you know, you're not around just Christians in that environment.
Oh, totally. And it's actually really fun. You feel like you're coming on cold face of humanity. And I think that's a real privilege, to be honest. And I think what's changed for me is I don't come into covers gigs now thinking, oh, I'm really wanting to make it and this has to be my thing and it's da-da-da-da-da. It's like, I'm just here and I'm being me and I'm just being completely present with the people that are in the room and just having fun and enjoying the journey. And that's probably what's changed. There was so much angst when I was younger and a sense of striving. And now it's just like, okay, Chloe, what does it look like if you stop striving?
Wow. What a question for all of us. Amazing. I hope you enjoyed that as much as we did.
Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe and turn your notifications on so you don't miss the next video.
We'll see you in the next one.